Good, are we good? Hey everybody, it's Layla, your Sin City makeup artist here. How is everybody doing today? We are in the beautiful Red Rock Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada for the pop-up show for the makeup show.
Yes.
And they're having, I think this is the first time they've come to Vegas, right?
This is the first time we've been in Vegas, and the Makeup Show pop-up shop is kind of the little sister of the Makeup Show.
Got
So
it.
for people that know the Makeup Show, it's a pro-only event that requires credentials. It's 150 brands. It's 2 days of education. The pop-up shop is the little sister, and it's about 50 brands here with us today, a handful of classes, seminars, panels, but it's really a way for us to kind of come to a market, check out the community, and really put a spotlight on the local talent.
We are absolutely so excited because there's a lot of makeup artists here in Las Vegas and stuff, and we don't really have a lot of these type of conventions or expos that come to Vegas. And so when we heard the makeup pop-up shop was going to come here, you don't even understand. We all were like texting each other, "Are you going? Are you going? Are you going?"
It was important for me because I think there's so much talent that is here in Las Vegas, but the community is still struggling to build itself.
Yeah.
It's still very competitive. A lot of artists are coming to me saying we do not get the opportunities that artists are getting in LA or Chicago or New York. And so I said, what can we do to kind of bring the community together, start off something slowly, try and get everybody included. And then the other piece of that is putting a spotlight on the talent that is here in this market. You know, Natasha, who is standing on the other side of the camera, is my go-to, but we met in New York City because of a photo shoot that she did. She stood next to me at Fashion Week. We do multiple projects together, but I know the talent that's here, and I think a lot of producers, a lot of photographers, a lot of celebrities are not seeing, you know, they don't see it. Their eyes are closed. We see you, Las Vegas. I see your talent.
Anyway, you guys, I am standing and hugging. Oh my gosh, I'm hugging the amazing James Vincent here. For my viewers who are not too familiar who James Vincent is, first of all, shame on you. He has been featured on countless magazine spreads and covers. He's been on TV.
He's old.
His brushes have graced amazing celebrities, the most beautiful people in the world, and some of the coolest rock stars as well. But on top of that amazing resume, you can obviously already tell that he has a big role here at the makeup show. So what is exactly, can you tell us a little bit exactly what your role here is at the makeup show?
I think my role, I know my role here is the Director of Education and Artist Relations.
Okay.
And my role is really based on my work in the industry. When I started in this industry, I started in music. I started at LaFace. I was working with celebrities. I moved to New York City. I was working in editorial. The first makeup artist I ever assisted was Kevin Aucoin, and he was a mentor to me. He really kind of helped me make decisions and introduced me to people like Dick Page and Linda Cantello. But I always had those people like a Maurice Stein, a Michael DeVellis, a B. Neal, a Billy B to kind of guide me through. And I thought, what can I do for artists? And so when the makeup show brought me aboard, it was really about overseeing the education. And then what Shelley Tagar, who owns the show, and I have tried to do is curate the show. It's a very different kind of trade show. It doesn't have all of the brands that you're seeing on Instagram or social media necessarily, because my goal here is to bring in those pieces that fit into a professional makeup kit, but also to show different viewpoints and different price points. So I might show a Kevin Aucoin foundation or an Hourglass foundation, but then at the same time show a Crown brush foundation or a NYX Cosmetics foundation. So you're getting that balance of high and low. You're getting that balance that works for every budget.
Yes, amazing. As you said before about social media coming around, not around when we first started, me either, and stuff. Now with this new generation of new makeup artists that grew up with like YouTube videos and Instagram tutorials, what are like your real thoughts about like social media now?
I think that social media is an important tool. I think for someone to turn away from it or reject it or look at everyone that falls under the category of influencer as untalented is ridiculous. I think there is talent there. I think we can define makeup artists in different ways. We can say that a makeup artist is someone who makes their living doing makeup. But for me, I look and I say, and this is something I picked up from Michael DeVellis from the Powder Group, who I've worked with for many, many years. which way is the brush facing? You know, with a lot of the influencers, the brush is facing themselves. For most professional makeup artists, we're working on another face. That requires a different personality, a different level of professionalism, and a different skill set. And so I think there are pieces that are important from both worlds. I think that where it gets dangerous is where people start to feel like jobs are being taken from them and things like that. But for me, I could say the same thing about the fact that when some makeup artists started doing hair. When I started in this industry, you did hair or you did makeup. That first group of people that decided to do both took a paycheck away from someone, right? But do you stand and yell at the sky, or do you look and say, this is the reality right now, and what can I do? So I'm preparing my teams and my artists to have a balance of both. The thing you've got to think about if you're using Instagram, if you're using social media, is how are you showing your artistry, and are you doing it with integrity?
Yeah.
I think that's the big piece, and I think that's why brands like a Tom Ford or like an Yves Saint Laurent or Fenty Beauty will bring me in to kind of balance between the pro and the influencer. So I don't think it's one sweeping generalization. I think there are people calling themselves experts, making a lot of money, and telling lies.
Yes.
You know, and I don't think that has integrity, and I don't think that shows artistry. I also think there are those people out there who are using their social media to build their platform. I grew up in the smallest state in the country, feeling like no one understood me, feeling so alone, sitting by myself in a cafeteria, drawing into a book and listening to punk rock music. If I had Instagram, I would have felt like the world was mine. So there are benefits there. But it's our responsibility as an audience to say, is this information real? Is this person an expert? And how am I pulling these pieces and putting them into my own artistry, whatever it is? I'm sorry, I'm so chatty today.
No, I love it though. It's giving me so much insight. I absolutely love it. But I wanted to say, okay, so I'm a part of this like a really fun Facebook group called Glossable.
I know Glossable.
We have amazing makeup artists, and we can go in there and ask questions to each other and get actually real advice and real answers from real pro makeup artists. And I thought it'd be kind of fun if I threw something out there and was like, hey, I'm interviewing James Vincent. If you guys have one question to ask him, what would you guys like to ask him?
And I saw Sonia had a lot of questions.
She did.
And I'm going to put the challenge out here because in Chicago, I asked Sonia to join me on stage. But you know, she's that lady boss businesswoman.
She is. No, I
think we need to do a Glossable panel.
That would be amazing. That would be.
All right, I'm putting it out there.
Yes. Sonia, you better reply back. But a lot of people had a lot of questions. They wanted to pick your brain.
Cool.
So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Wait, and I'll answer quickly. Is this like the lightning round?
You can if you want to. All right. If you weren't a makeup artist, what else would you do?
Top 10 answers on the board. You know what's that game show? Top 10 answer, Family Feud.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Who are some people that have inspired you throughout the years? You kind of already previously mentioned that.
For makeup artists, Kevin Aucoin was a huge influence. Linda Cantello, Val Garland. Pat McGrath is the mother of makeup. She's so good to me. She's so good to the makeup show. We actually are doing Pat McGrath play areas at the makeup show.
Oh, wow. That's something new to look forward to.
Yeah. I also find a lot of inspiration in fine arts and the music industry. I start every day, if you follow me on Instagram, at jvincentmakeup, with a soundtrack. And that really, I kind of design off of music.
That's amazing. Okay, what has been the biggest challenge of your career?
I want to say my weight.
Okay.
And I know that's probably something a lot of people wouldn't admit to.
Do you think sometimes when you were like maybe younger that your weight held you back? Even though not your artistry itself, but like...
No, I think, it did. In my career, when I started, I wore a size small t-shirt. And I had agents tell me I was too fat to be on TV. I had agents that had me on diet pills. I think that beauty looked a certain way and makeup artists looked a certain way, and
now it's changing.
I was kind of always in the background, so I would never worried about it. And I think it took me getting to a certain age and a certain place in my life to say my work is more important than my aesthetic, and Now I'm very comfortable with it, but I do get concerned when I see so many makeup artists, especially female makeup artists, where their look or their skin tone or their, you know, where they were raised gets in the way of people seeing their portfolio.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I know it's a weird answer, but I would say for me that's kind of, when I have people in the industry say my look is intimidating, so that's something I always have to think about as well.
What new makeup product should we be looking out for?
Category or like actual?
Like an actual product that we should that you have seen that you would like.
I would say I'm obsessed with Shawn Richards London's new palettes. They're launching here at the show. I would say Danessa Myricks Color Fix is a staple in my kit. I'm lazy, so I like stuff that really lasts.
Right.
Kevin Aquan Sensual Skin Enhancer has been part of my kit since he launched it.
That's
And I like high and low. I can find just as much in the drugstore as I can from the program.
Okay. All right, this is going to be like a fun one on set.
Here I go.
Okay. What is like your favorite snack on set?
Water
Water is your
and
favorite
iced
snack?
coffee. Yeah, I'm
Caffeine
not.
and hydration.
I really, one of my clients is Jillian Michaels, who's like America's toughest trainer. And like, honestly, I'm the worst. I eat like a sumo wrestler. I can't eat if I'm working because it throws my brain off. So usually if I'm working, I sustain myself on coffee and water.
Okay.
But I do a lot of like energy stuff. So I use a lot of essence sprays and cards and
Okay.
candles when I'm working. So
Substitute it
I'm
somewhere
kind of
else.
fulfilling myself into
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
I'm no, you don't even understand. I actually, when I was trying to become like earlier years ago, trying to look to see what kind of makeup artist I was, Pinterest was like my best friend, and your fashion editorial pictures literally came up a lot, and I would save them, and it kind of pushed me into finding fashion because Vegas doesn't really have it here, so I kind of had to find it. So I want to say thank you again for speaking to me. You're amazing.
Thank you, and I want to say thank you because your support means so much. There is validity in what we do. What we do is important as makeup artists, and we need people to realize that and to keep building this industry with respect and integrity.
Yes.
And I want to say thank you for being part of that.
I love them. All right, thank you guys. See you guys in my next video. Until next time. Bye, you guys.